guys, how's it going? Stoudman coming back at you again today. And today I'm going to be doing an interesting little video series where I answer some questions that Skinslip has given to all of his fans. He's doing a 600 subscriber giveaway. He finally reached the 600 subscriber and he's doing a giveaway now, kind of to say thanks for that. So part of his giveaway is that you have to do some videos about various subjects. He's got a scavenger hunt going on, so you have to scavenge your collection to find movies that fits the bill of what he's talking about. And yeah, I happen to have found most of them, not all of them on the list, but most of them. I'll talk about the one I didn't find, but yeah. I figure I'd do maybe 2 or 3 per video here, because I tend to, rattle on about movies and stuff like that, you know me, so I figured nobody wants to watch a video that's like an hour long about this, probably not. So instead, why not just make 3 videos this week and have them all be contest entries into his contest, because I don't want to I'm not necessarily in it to win it, right? But even though I am, eligible, I'm not really that interested in winning it per se, even though I want the, contest entries. It's just that I felt like this would make some interesting videos to talk about. It's a pretty cool scavenger hunt, man. So, yeah. So the first thing on his list here is to talk about a movie that you have that has a number in the title. So I chose The 400 Blows. This is, of course, a Francois Truffaut movie. And actually it was the first French New Wave-ish movie that I ever saw in film class. It was the first movie I saw that was like, film as art kind of thing. And it really blew me away, because I was like, I had no idea that movies like this are being made. How long ago was this? 1959. I had no idea that movies like this were being made before the 60s. I had no idea that movies this deep, this dark, this emotional, this real, this true to life were being made all the way back then. Because back when I first saw it, which was like 8 or 9 years ago now, it was just, I was not that much of I didn't know that much about film, right? I was a wannabe film buff, whereas now I kind of know a lot more about it. And I don't know if I would say now that I'm like, well, I'm a film professional or a film historian, or I know all this about film, but, I know a lot more about movies today than I did back then, suffice it to say. 400 Blows is a fantastic movie if you haven't seen it yet, and it's the first in a series of movies that Francois Truffaut did, which I believe you can get most of the other ones, if not all the other ones, on a DVD set from Criterion. But from what I know, at least, only the 400 Blows from that, collection of movies is available on Blu-ray. So this is interesting little Criterion. Here comes this nice little slip thing here, and then you open it up and it is a very nice little, what do you call it, digipack. And in the digipack you get this nice nifty little insert that has Close to Home by Annette Insdorf, a nice essay. Sorry, my brain isn't working. And information about the transfer, special thanks, acknowledgments, all that good stuff. I don't know if they've changed this release since it came out. Like how they've changed a lot of other ones and made them, in the regular cases, essentially, instead of being like digipacks like this. But if they have, then I am certainly glad that I got this version. If you haven't seen The 400 Blows, I highly, highly recommend it. It's a movie about life. It's a movie about a little boy who's, just trying to figure out who he wants to be in the crazy world that he lives in. And yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting movie. Special edition features include new restored high-definition digital transfer with uncompressed monaural soundtrack, 2 audio commentaries, one by cinema professor Brian Stonehill and another by Francois Truffaut's lifelong friend Robert Lachaney. Rare audition footage of Jean-Pierre Laude, who I believe plays the main character here, you see, Patrick Offay, and Richard Kinayan. Newsreel footage of Laude in Cannes for the showing of The 400 Blows, excerpt from a TV program in which Truffaut discusses his youth, his critical writings, and the origins of Antoine, the main character, in all these movies that I was talking about, you know, the series of movies. Antoine Douanel, I believe is his full name. TV interview with Truffaut about the global reception of The 400 Blows and his own critical impression of the film. A theatrical trailer and the essay that I, you know, showed you a little bit earlier there. The interesting thing, a lot of people might not know who Francois Truffaut is, but all I would say is look up his interview with Alfred Hitchcock, and yeah, he's that guy. He was one of the guys behind the whole French New Wave thing. He was one of the guys who was involved with the, what magazine was it? What magazine? Yeah, there we go. He wrote for the Cahiers du Cinema, the magazine, the Cahiers du Cinema, which was, you know, responsible for basically creating film criticism as we know it today, or, you know, spurring on the movement that eventually created what we know of as the better film criticism today. I have a lot to say about film criticism that I'll talk about in other videos. Especially recent film criticism and like the blogification of it all that just has made it incredibly disrespectful towards the art form. And, you know, as much as I like that it's become more of a, you know, a postmodern interpretation and that it's, you know, a democratized art, the film criticism has become democratized in many different ways. As much as I think that's cool, I also think there are a lot of downfalls to that. And, yeah, one of the downfalls is that people like this, who were one of the grandfathers of film criticism, of proper film criticism, just get forgotten. And that's a shame. Anyway, 400 Blows. Next up, I'm going to talk about a movie with a color in the title. So he told me to look for a movie with a color in the title, and it didn't take that long. It was right next to The 400 Blows, actually. A Clockwork Orange. And actually, if you look in the background here, I'm going to go ahead and show you in the back. I'm going to go ahead and show you in the background here, up there above my head, if I can, you know, move my stupid head. I'm going to show you the awesome poster that I got that is a interpretation of the movie. So, yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty nifty poster back there. If I don't say so myself, I believe I paid about $4 for it actually. On it's a reprint, and I paid $4 for it on allposters.com during one of their sales years ago. And yeah, that's why it's tacked up there. It's a very nice poster, mind you, but I didn't pay that much for it, and I didn't feel like, you know, it necessarily deserved respect because I didn't pay that much for it. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to tack it up to my wall like the rest of them. Somebody out there is going to be like, you bastard! Skinslip's going to be, you bastard, you whore! But yeah, Clockwork Orange, I got this for like $8 or $9 a few years ago during Black Friday. I was going to just pick up the regular edition, but this one was, you know, on sale for a decent price. Actually, I think it was like $12.99, but still a pretty good price. And yeah, this is the anniversary edition that has a really nifty orange color here. Orange color. This is Stanley Kubrick's A Life in Pictures, a Oh Lucky Malcolm. So yeah, this is a pretty cool little package, if I do say so myself. I haven't taken the time to actually look at it myself or watch it since I bought the damn Blu-ray. And that's a shame because it's a really great movie, and I really have been thinking about it quite a lot more frequently. And yeah, I love the scene in Louis season 5 where his daughter is describing to him a movie that she watched, and when he realizes that it's a Clockwork Orange, he's like, "You watched a Clockwork Orange?" And he's like, dead inside because his daughter here, his like 12 or 13-year-old daughter, has seen a Clockwork Orange, and it's, a pretty disturbing movie that's, mostly for adults. But, yeah, this is definitely an interesting moral dilemma of a movie, and I absolutely love it for that. It's just, there's so much about this movie that's just, it's depressing and sad and fucked up, and it says so much about our fucked up society. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? I really do need to watch this again, and maybe then I'll give you a proper review of it. But for now, yeah, A Clockwork Orange on Blu-ray Digibook here. I really do need to watch this and give you my review of this particular Blu-ray in particular. And now I'm going to do that at some point in the near future. Next up, Brandon asked me to find a movie in my collection that was recommended to me or that I discovered through another YouTuber. Most of the movies that I have in my collection that I discovered through another YouTuber were movies that I discovered through Brandon. So, because we watch a lot of movies together. So, at first I thought it was going to be pretty hard to find a movie like that, but nope. It was right there, very close again to the other ones that I picked out, and that would be Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter with the nice slipcover. Ooh. I still haven't taken off the stickers, even though I probably should because I don't care. But, yeah. It's a very nice Blu-ray for a very nice movie. I was not expecting to like this at first. I think I watched this with Brandon. Was not expecting to like it at first because I thought, oh, this is going to be some stupid movie. I thought it was just, gonna be bad. And I knew that they're going to try and do it like an intentionally bad movie, but I didn't think that they were going to be very good at it. I didn't know who the filmmaker was. I didn't know if he was going to be able to do a decent job with it. I didn't know what to expect. So the only thing I did know to expect was that, they were going to try to do something that was so bad that it was good kind of thing. And I was not disappointed at all. This one went over the freaking top, was just absolutely hilarious. I mean, you cannot take this seriously for a second, and if you do, then what the fuck is wrong with you? This is just good old-fashioned cheese. And the great part about it is that it's like, it very much feels like an asylum movie, except for if an asylum movie was done well. So, imagine an asylum movie with a high budget, a decent writer, and a pretty damn good director behind it, and you have Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter in a nutshell. It kind of reminds me of an asylum movie mixed with like the Sherlock Holmes movies, which, they're not that bad, they're not that good, but they are what they are. They're kind of more action-oriented takes on the story that feel a lot more like, your basic Hollywood movie than they do like something that pays a lot of respect to the, source material of Sherlock Holmes, even though it may in some ways pay a lot of respects to Sherlock Holmes. This is a lot like that because it's like it feels very Hollywood in style, but in reality it's more of a schlock fest. It's what happens when Schlockfest and Hollywood butt heads, and I absolutely loved it. I didn't think I was gonna love it, but I absolutely loved it. So yeah. Anyways, I think that'll do it for this video. In my next video, I have a few more movies to talk about, eh? Alright. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.